What's up guys, it's Endymion, and today I want to talk about a story concept that would be wildly interesting and plausible within the foreseeable future of Mass Effect. I want to talk about the state of the galaxy in a post-Reaper world where Shepard has detonated the Crucible and systematically wiped out all the Reapers, as well as the mass relays, which of course allow quick transportation between star systems. In the Destroy ending, which is considered canon as of now anyways by many, the mass relays are destroyed by the sheer force of the Crucible's power, which in turn means once the Reaper threat has been neutralized, a new problem with major consequences would emerge as well. That big problem would be that the forces of all the alien races Shepard rallied to battle the Reapers on planet Earth would be effectively marooned and blocked from returning to their respective home systems due to the Crucible's detonation. But it wouldn't stop there. With the Crucible detonating, the Citadel, which is the anchor of galactic political support between the many races of the Milky Way, would essentially be, well, destroyed. Which means that not only would the races that helped Earth be stuck within the Sol system, but the seat of government would effectively be non-existent. And with that enters my theory and general idea of what this video is all about. With the main forces of the Council races marooned, and each system essentially closed off to one another, a new war would erupt almost immediately. A war for control, power, and resources. Enter the Terminus War. The Terminus War would be a war that would take place, as the name suggests, within the Terminus systems of the Milky Way. The Terminus systems were already a collection of star systems that reveled in lawlessness and refused the authority of the Council to begin with. But with the Council's literal seat of power, the Citadel, becoming rubble, this would launch a new initiative within the Terminus systems that would see the mercenary groups and broker types vying for control and expansion of their forces, not only within the Terminus systems, but expanding well into that of the Council-controlled systems as well. We could see mercenary groups like the Blue Suns or Eclipse both rallying their forces and occupying places they couldn't before. Of course, they too would need to travel with the use of mass relays, and since Cerberus would exist to some extent in some way post-Mass Effect 3, I could see Cerberus using their knowledge of the Collector's base and the Omega-4 relay to spearhead the repairs on the nearby mass relays and absorbing the military might of the other factions to create a new de facto military power within the Terminus systems. These new tyrannical groups could claim ownership of critical mass relays, forcing any who wish to travel through them to pay in credits, resources, or even people for human trafficking purposes in order to be used. And since the mass relays are destroyed at the end of Mass Effect 3, I couldn't say for certain how long it would take the Council races or mercenary groups or Cerberus to fix these relays so they can be used again. Would it take weeks, months, years, decades? Let's say it did take at least a few years. That would give the Terminus-led armies and groups ample amounts of time to bolster their forces so when the relays would be fixed, the Blue Sun, Eclipse, Cerberus, whatever they end up calling themselves, could immediately invade the Sol system where a bunch of tired, weakened armies lay in wait as they are marooned in a post-Fight for Earth scenario. Remember that every species has different diets or things they can eat to survive. What works for Turians may not work for humans. So you would have a ton of species within the radius of Earth living off rations, since Earth-grown food may not be sustainable or applicable to, say, the Turians or even the Krogans. And if it took years or decades to fix those relays, you have a scenario where the shady groups of Terminus could balloon in power and eventually grow so powerful and capable that the new galactic government is no longer Council run, but run by the races the Council neglected for years, like the Batarians, Vorchas, outlaws of other races, and these places would need somewhere to call home in their own way. And what place exists within the Terminus systems that fits most of, if not all, the criterias of a place like the Citadel? I mean, it's obvious, right? The new place of government would be, well, Omega. And someone like Arya, who rules over Omega, could feasibly become so powerful that she would hold power over the Blue Suns, Eclipse, Cerberus, and beyond, making her way and her rules gospel, and any who defy her would be ostracized or downright erased. Do you see where I'm going with this? The Terminus War wouldn't be won with a crucible or catalyst explosion, but it would be a war of attrition, of assassinations, bribery, and possession of key travel points that would completely block off entire civilizations from their homes or their allies. And it doesn't help that Arya isn't necessarily a good guy either. She's also an incredibly overpowered Asari who can single-handedly kill waves of enemies by herself. What if she fixed the relay to the Asari homeworld of Thessia, which is largely left in ruins due to the Reapers, and offers the help of her mercenary armies and resources if Thessia and their people align with her in their time of need? You would have a shadow army comprised of the most powerful race in the galaxy, the Asari, with the resources, firepower, and the might of a tyrannical leader like Arya, who is also Asari clearly, so she has time. She can simply block out her enemies from getting resources and simply just wait, and let all the military leaders of Earth, Turian or Solarians, to name a few, to die out. And when the next generation is brought up in a dire environment, blocked off from their homes, Arya could just sweep in and kill the starving armies a good 50 to 100 years later. I mean, she's Asari, she'll live way longer than the rest of them. That would honestly be one of my prime examples of what I would want the story to be about in the next Mass Effect game. I don't really want another big, spooky alien monster race, but a story about deception, desperation, and political strong-arming to be the focus of the next game. This also plays perfectly into my 3-part series of videos titled A New Hero, all detailing how I would want the new hero to be that of a bounty hunter. It would fit perfectly into this scenario. If you want to see more of that, the videos are on the channel. But yeah, that's the pitch. What do you guys think? A galaxy that's brought to its knees, that is eventually usurped and controlled by the outlaws of the galaxy, would be wicked interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know that some might say, well, Arya sent forces as well to fight the Reapers, but yet again, this is Arya we're talking about. She will she will backstab anyone she can to get what she wants, and if Shepard ends up dying, even apparently surviving the crash of the Citadel, the Crucible and all that, let's say Shepard does die and that's it, Arya would have even less reason to care about anybody else. She would become the de facto ruler of everything. But anyway, guys, that's the video. And if you like what you've seen and want to see more, I got plenty of Mass Effect content on the channel. I'm ENDYMION. I want to do another video, but from the perspective of those trapped Council armies too. So let me know if you want to see that one. But for now, thanks for watching. I'm going to go back to playing Tales of Arise. So I'll see you in the next one.